God entered my body like a body my same size, like me floating into you, or you floating into me. I'm a truck driver, one that's seeing non-stop visions. Anyway, do you want some safety driving tips from a truck driver? I'll take that as a yes. Not starting to choke. Anyway, the best thing you can do is have a big following distance. If there's nothing in front of you, there's nothing to hit. In the front, at least. Right? That makes pretty good sense. So, you've got at least one lane on one side of you, depending on which lane you're in. If it's a 2-lane road, there's a lane on the other side. And then often there's people coming up the other way. So what do you do? Well, I know you already know what to do. But what do? I'm watching. I'm making sure that they don't hit me. People swerve. And sometimes I swerve too. So you have to watch people. If a person's swerving too bad, what I do is I just slow down. I let them go on. Remember, our pride tells us that we are the one in charge here. You can't invade my territory. But remember, that wreck will follow you for the rest of your life. You won't forget slowing down and letting that other person go. You won't remember it a week later. But the wreck you'll remember 5 years later. So you gotta avoid people. You gotta not let them hit you. You gotta not hit them. And I know it doesn't always work like that. Cell phone. Cell phone is a killer. If you can at least, if you're going to text and drive, speak into the phone, don't type. But with laws now, you can't really do that, can you? If a cop sees you doing that, you are getting pulled over. And I don't know what the penalty is for it, but in a truck it's very severe. But in a car now there's a penalty. I think the biggest ticket that the state police is writing in Indiana is cell phone. It's called distracted driving. Even if it doesn't distract you, that's what they're calling it. Obeying laws, speed limit laws, slow laws, slow around the curb, school zone. Obeying laws is going to help you. Not driving when you're too tired. 99 out of 100, you'll make it. There's going to be a lot of people, and it's Friday night. And yeah, since I've got God inside my body, I'm at a gas station, a parking lot, sitting. All the rest of you are with wives and boyfriends and having a good time. But life ain't like that when you come to God. First thing he does is chases all your friends away, drives you away from everything, then corners you. I mean, it's not that bad. I just dropped my wife off. We did something. Yes, with God inside my body. Okay, obeying traffic laws. Limiting things that distract you while you're driving. And a really big following distance. Now, when you're out on the road, it's always nice if you have a way to get out of whatever you're in. If you're in the lane that's next to the curb and somebody's in the lane next to you going the same way because it's 2-lane, and that person's swerving, there's no way out except hitting your brakes or speeding up. Speeding up can get you in trouble. Slowing down won't get you in trouble. Leave yourself a way out if you can. Some way that you can get out of the situation you're in. Sometimes while you're driving, you your way out is not getting in to begin with, because once you get in, there is no way out. Or the way out is, slowing down once again. You gotta watch. I know this is all common sense stuff, but wrecks happen every day. Make sure there's nothing distracting you watching. Make sure you can see out your windows pretty clearly. There's not somebody sitting in the passenger seat of your van that's not back up against the seat, but actually like this, blocking your view. Make sure you're not on anything. If you're drunk, drinking, drugging, you might think that you're bulletproof and that you're going to get home and that nothing is going to happen. What if something does? What if something happens but it wasn't your fault? But you go to jail anyway for operating under the influence. Now, this is not necessarily something that we want to do at different times, but limiting your driving to begin with. Don't just go into the city and cruise all day, cruise all night, looking for something. There's fumes. Limiting your driving. Don't distract. Be distracted. Leaving your way making sure you can get out of the situation you're in. Lots of following distance. Not being too tired. Not being in too big of a hurry. That is the best things that you can do. Knowing where you're going. Knowing the route you're going to take. Because if you've got to make instant decisions if you're driving and don't know where you're going, and you decide at the last instant to turn, you're not going to have a very good chance to look both ways, behind you, in front of you, are you? If you've got to turn right now, knowing where you're going. Well, anyway, I know you know all these. This is common sense. But I'm a truck driver. If I get in a wreck, I might be ruined. The trucking company could get a lawsuit slapped on it. So, there you are. Have you ever been to a rock concert where you didn't see this? I've got to say that this was probably invented at rock concerts. But if people right now are like the people that existed day one, they were probably doing this back before they even had the wheel. I mean, a dude would walk out of his cave and say, "Hey, dinosaur, what it is, brother?" And not even be on anything. You know what I'm saying? Sounds kind of messed up, doesn't it? I'm trying to be cool and I'm not. Well, anyway, I'm seeing visions from God. Let's let God. I'm seeing Jesus do this little number. Let's let God talk. Tell him, "Now hear the word of the Lord." He showed me the zip lip. I probably should have done that before I made this video, because the video ain't very good. I'm just making the video hoping that this one strikes gold. Hoping that this is the one that actually gets out there and gets a bunch of visitors to the YouTube channel. Whichever one I'm going to put it on. Okay, I'm going to roll. Be safe.